Welcome back to the Misfit of Demon Academy anime review, episode number 14. Yes, we're reviewing the penultimate episode of Core 1 for Season 2, To Sever the Fate. Given what happened in this episode, it probably goes, from what I could tell anyways, looks like I went through chapters, I'd say probably 66 to pretty much 70. Yes. I definitely say 60 to 70. And it is a definite that the next week's episode will pretty much in a way cap off the season. Well, the core anyways. Yes, so a few different things happen this episode. Well, there's only like two major fights happening here. So after Shin basically, after events last episode, Shin basically reconfirms his role as Avios' right-hand man, and then the Blaze King shows up, where he there transforms into the god who Avios killed off years before the series. And they battle him for quite a while, to the point where they even have the love fairy, thanks to a page ripped out of a book and it was in his pocket the whole time. Apparently, the love fairy became the great spirit Marleno, and the spirits became her previous friends, and they fight this evil god. He's like, my words, like Neo. It's like everything. It's like whenever he speaks, it's like whatever he speaks comes to fruition, because he's evil and he's a dick. So eventually, Shin finally destroys his source, and he is done for good. Well, then he's turned into a red crystal. And of course, basically, Avios to give him permission to do this because, well, he murdered his wife. Well, this guy murdered Leno, so he wanted payback. And it's great to see Leno again. Of course, they really want to see their daughter. And then we see where Lei continues his little fight with the fake Demon King. So he does a move where he then separates the source. He's down to one source left because a couple sources get destroyed here. And he splits the fake Demon King in two, where it's Misa and the fake one. And they battle back and forth. And of course, Misa battles her other self. It's quite interesting for me to see Misa again. This is probably the first time Misa's been seen in this season that I could think of since like very early on. I mean, the last time she was seen was basically back in episode 4 of this very season, the 4th episode of this very season. So it's been a while. Actually, it was like very early on they did this. So yeah, and basically we're leaning toward the very end here, and this overall was a great episode. I think it's interesting to know the fact this also is the first episode not to feature the twins. Yeah, they're not featured here. And by the way, this is the 25th episode of the series, You Sever the Fate. And this is the first episode not to feature them at all. Thinking, really? Yeah, really. They're not here. Which is strange because the twins are generally here for all the episodes seen for this entire series. Though in the case of last episode, they just freeze you from a stadium, and they did very little last episode. Here they're just absent. Yes, for Two Sisters been there since the pilot episode. Yeah. So I'm sure Ray Knickerbocker probably was like, where's Misha? I'm sure she probably was wondering that, but I'm sure she's probably like, hey, a good episode off, because she practically has voiced the character the entire series. I think this definitely is the first episode she's missed. Yes. So overall, really good episode. And like I mentioned, next week, we wrap up this core up. And of course, this weekend, Bleach will be wrapping up. Yeah, just by sheer coincidence, both series basically have the current cores right now, where they're both wrapping up. Bleach this weekend, and of course, Misfit Academy next week. Which basically over the next few days, my amount of anime watching will be decreasing by 1. But is there any anime coming up where it's getting close to wrapping up? Aside from Bleach, there's nothing else wrapping up because Goblin Slayer, Girlfriend, The Rise and Showed Hero. Those are just started. Though in the case of Rise and Showed Hero, that I think I did hear something. It's going to be 13 episodes. They've already aired, I think it's 4. So I got about 9 more to go. But next time we'll talk more how many episodes left to go for that one. So that's a particular view. Next up is Jujutsu Kaisen. And then Girlfriend. And if I get time, I may get a chance to do more Super Sentai. If not, I'll save for tomorrow. Okay, next video. Bye.